Hey everybody, this is Peter B, and today we're going to play a game. We're going to play the 6 degrees of separation. Now, 6 degrees of separation is an idea that all people are 6 or fewer social connections away from each other. As an example, a friend of a friend. You can do that from one person to the next, and it'll take either 6 friends of friends or less. So, I wanted to play that game using baseball card history. Now, Kevin Bacon came up with a game where it's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, where one actor you can relate by them being in same movies back to Kevin Bacon. And I saw Dan at Old Sarge Collect on a couple of his videos do 6 degrees of Uncle Mike, where one player you can trace back to his uncle, Major League Baseball pitcher Mike Morgan, and he did that, and he used 6 degrees or less separation. So I wanted to go through the whole history of baseball cards to see if I can link all the way back from, I'm going to start at the 1887 Old Judge set, as that was the first real big baseball card set. And I'm going to go all the way up to 2023. Only a few players have been issued 2024 cards so far, so I want to go to 2023. We're going to get more players to choose from. So the rules are they have to be playing day cards. And I did it cards I just owned. And for example, this is how it went. Starting out with the Old Judge, like I said, I used Arley Lem. That is his playing days card on the world champion St. Louis Browns. Trying to get a better picture of it for you. 1887 playing days card in the Old Judge set. And I can trace Arley all the way up to T206 with the New York Giants. Now, John McGraw hired Arley Lem to be a coach, but he did manage to somehow get into 4 games. So I can follow him up as a player to 1909. So there's my first player. So now, using the T206 set, I can take player Jack Quinn, and the reason I chose Jack Quinn, because he is the one player that is not only in the 1909 T206 set, but he's also in the 1933 Gowdy set. So there's my 2nd degree of separation, Jack Quinn. Sorry about the glare. Okay, it's hard getting through the World War II gap, where there wasn't many cards issued, as well as the major players playing. So, using Gowdy, 1933 Gowdy, I can go with Jimmy Fox. Let me show you the card first. 1933 Gowdy, Jimmy Fox. And I can go from Gowdy, I have to stop before World War I, to 1941 play ball, Jimmy Fox. So there's my third degree of separation. So sticking with the 1941 play ball, I can use Ted Williams. And take him up to Topps 1958. So there's my fourth degree of separation. Now that I'm in Topps 1958, I can use a player who played many, many years. And that's Brooks Robinson. And I could take Brooks Robinson all the way up to 1977. So that's my fifth degree of separation. Now looking for another long career player from around 1977, I can take George Brett. And I can take him all the way up to 1994. So there's my sixth degree of separation, and we're still not there yet. So I'm looking for another player with a long career. And I can take the 1994 Topps, stay in the same set as George Brett, and pick Derek Jeter. And I can stay with Derek Jeter all the way up to the 2015 set. So we're almost there, but not there yet. And we have 7 degrees of separation. And then staying with the 2015 Topps, I can take Mookie Betts. And Mookie will take me all the way to 2023. So I actually took 8 degrees of separation to go from 1887 to 2023. And to recap, we started out with 1887 Arley Lem. We took him to the T206 in 1909. Then we grabbed another T206 and took Quinn to the 1933 Gaudy. And then grabbing another 33 Gaudy, we took Jimmy Fox all the way to the 41 play ball. Grabbing another 41 play ball, we took Ted Williams all the way to 58 Topps. Then we grabbed Brooks Robinson 58 Topps and took him to 1977. Got George Brett from 77 to the 1994 Topps. Then Derek Jeter from the 94 Topps to 2015. Finally, a 2015 Betts to the 2023 Betts. So I was able to span baseball card history in 8 degrees. So, and these are all cards I own. So I said, well, maybe I can do it shorter period if I don't necessarily have to use the cards I own. Let me just take a minute to reset. Okay, we're gonna start out again. Arley Lem puts many years behind us, starting out with his 1887 Old Judge. But instead of taking him to 1909, 1909, we're going to take him to 1912. the T207. So there's our first degree of separation. Now, here's where I have to go to Cuba. Now, I don't own these cards. I took the photos from the internet to get the cards. But I think my friend Orlando at Collector's Dream has these cards. So I know for a fact he has this T207 card, the Cuban player Armando Marsans. He just did a video where he's either has just sent it out to be graded or is about to be sending it out to be graded. So I can go T207 to T207. Now, because we're using Armando Marsans, I can go to Cuba and pick a card that I want. That will take me a long ways. But first, we're going to follow Armando Marsans to the 1946 Carmelo Deportivo. Sorry, Orlando, for butchering the name. But we're going to take Armando to that card. I think Orlando owns it. Not sure, but I think he does. Now, I'm breaking the rules. I said player only. This particular card, the card on the left is his playing days card, T207. Card on the right, the Cuban card, is actually a manager card. So I'm going to bend the rules because I want to use this card to get a biggie. And I believe Orlando does own this one. I think he owns Armando, but I believe, pretty much sure he owns Mini Minoso from that same set. And that's a biggie, as you can see what I do with Mini Minoso. So starting with degree 1 Latham, degree 2 Marsans. We're now on degree 3 Minoso. And I can take Mini Minoso from 1946 all the way up to 1977 with that card right there. Minoso did play and got a hit as a 4-decade player, and this is the 1977 Topps card to show that. So we just skipped over our World War II spot where we had to use short years, and we skipped all the way to 1977. So then, just as we did before, we can finish it off with 77 Brett. Take him to 94. And then the same set, 94 Jeter. Take him to 2015. And then the 2015 Betts to the 2023 Betts. So, to sum that up, we did the 6 degrees of separation. 1887, Old Judge Latham, to 1912, T207 Latham, 1912, T207 Marsans, to 1946, Carmelo Deportivo Marsans. Little bending of the rules. Actually, his manager's card. 1946, Carmelo Deportivo Minoso, which gave us a hell of a lot of years. 1997, Topps Minoso. Then followed the same path as before, 77 Brett, 94 Jeter, all the way to 2023 bets. So there is 6 degrees of separation, little bending of the rules. Well, then I thought, well, I had to use a manager card. What if manager cards were within the rules? How far can I go then? Well, I had to use a card I don't have, and that is the Old Judge Connie Mack, 1887. That's Connie Mack as a player. I don't know anyone who owns this card. Maybe David Blue Jacket or John Mangini or Rick Oddball Cards. Maybe they own it. But I had to take that off the internet. That's our starting point. And from there, I can go all the way to the 1940 play ball. That's first degree of separation. From there, pick up another manager that had a lot of longevity, and that's Casey Stengel from the 1940 play ball. I can take Casey Stengel all the way to the 1964 tops. That's degree 2. 2 degrees of separation. Then with the 64 tops, I can take Tony La Russa's playing days, 64 tops, and take him all the way to the 2023 manager card, Tony La Russa. So that is first degree, Connie Mack. Second degree, Casey Stengel. And third degree, Tony La Russa. We just did 3 degrees of separation spanning the baseball card history. So see what you can come up with. Don't be tied to cards you own. You can try it if you want. There are obviously other ways to get there. I just looked for long playing players like Arley Lem. He'll give you a lot of years. Manny Minoso will give you a lot of years. Brooks Robinson, George Brett, Derek Jeter. If you want to use managers, Casey Stengel, Connie Mack, and Tony La Russa. So see if you can get there in 6 degrees or less. Well, I thank you. It's been 18 minutes. I hope you did stay to see how well I can do this. And like I said, please do. And please write in the comments which players you can use to get there in 6 or less. Thank you very much. Have a good day.